I do appreciate the enthusiasm. However, I think the First Purge has it completely wrong, and I DNF'd. So if you haven't seen the First Purge, it's exactly just that. It's the First Purge. Technically, it's an experiment before it's considered the traditional purge. See, what happened was America was an economic and socioeconomic turmoil. And there was like a third political party that came into power because nobody wanted Republicans or Democrats anymore. And then once they got into power, instead of using the money to fix the economic problems, we invested it in this test, the psychological program, whatever you want to call it. And then like trackers that go in your skin and these contacts that lets you see what other people see. So it's like Google Glass. But yeah, that's what we invested and bought instead of fixing the economy. And I would like to remind everybody, this is just a movie. I'm not getting on any kind of soapbox. This is a movie. It's on Netflix. It is part of a fictional horror franchise. Okay, let's continue. First of all, if you're going to create a nationwide event, why would you choose just one city? You would want like a city out of each state or one entire state. Like your poll, your scientific experiment is not going to be big enough to see what the outcome across the nation would be with one city, even if it's either Staten Island or Long Island. I think it's Staten because they have to go across the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't know New York. Anyway. And even if they choose just one city, it's not going to be anything as big as Staten Island because should this go Ari, they want to cover it up. You can't exactly hide the eradication of a borough in one of the biggest cities in the world. Number 2, regular people wouldn't be offered money to purge because it would not give the outcome that was desired. It would be plea bargains offered to death row inmates. Or what I think would be a more likely scenario, it's going to be pay to play. And somehow this becomes extremely expensive. Think the Met Ball. This is just going to be very rich people paying to purge. And it becomes like influenced and shit. Okay, in regards of setup, that's what I got for that. So here's some of my favorite things in the movie. Number 1, most people didn't want to commit homicide. They just wanted a party. They wanted a party without a permit. I'm with them. I would also like to go to the party without a permit. Or the one dude that was committing the McNasty on top of his car in the middle of the street. I'm here for you, dude. Like 90% of the people doing the homiciding were only doing so because you got paid more. Which is weird. Because if you want the idea of purging to sound more fun, you need to minimize their idea that they could die. Show the parties. And the naked exhibitionism. And the pure Colombian bam bam. Make them forget that their life is also on the line. And then finally, your main villain, your main bad guy, is a man that has like Joker scarring going on his face, and he calls himself Skeletor. You know, the Skeletor from the memes. Haha, till we meet again, He-Man. And I'm thinking, how embarrassing would it be to be murdered by a man who calls himself Skeletor? And then you realize they give him bath salt stamina. Like, you could say he's just psychotic, but that man runs around town like Mario on a mushroom. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold my attention, so it's a DNF, but it is on Netflix.